Hey guys, Jared here again, aka The Laughing Man. We're back yet again with another TST Industries product. So yesterday we went ahead and installed the fender eliminator kit and rear light kit from TST Industries on the 2024 MT10. And today we're going to be replacing the front stock turn signals. So to get started, I'm going to go ahead and remove this top shroud here. This is a airbox, but the electrical connectors from down here go up into here. I remember that much from the 23s. And then it's a little bit different on this side, how it's routed, but it's for the most part the same thing. So again, take this off, disconnect it, and then we'll come down here. So let's go ahead and get this off real quick, and we'll go from there. All right, so starting off, there's one bolt up here on the top. These are 4 millimeters. So we'll go ahead and get this off. All right. And this has a little plastic washer to keep you from scuffing the bike. And then there's 2 more down here. Set these to the side. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and try to get this free. Alright, so just kind of pull straight out, give it a little bit of forward momentum. Set this to the side so that we don't scratch it. Alright, so this here should be the connector for the light here. So let's go ahead and get this out. Alright, so these top bolts are 4 millimeters. These ones down here are 5 millimeters. And this one. All right, so now just pull that up. Alright, so the little retainer clip just stayed in there. I just pulled the wire tape off. So now let's go remove this light over on the bench. Alright, so I just removed this little back clam piece here. There's just one of those little rivet push pins. You just push it in and the whole thing just separates. So we'll just set that to the side for right now. Now we're going to remove this light right here. Alright, so to get this light out, looks like I'm going to have to push these 2 clips right here to the side. Alright, so I take that back. So all you have to do is just pop down on this and pull the whole thing out. Alright, so now that one's out of the way. Set that right there. So these here are going to be for the daytime running lights, so we'll set that to the side for right now. This is the wiring harness, and of course our lights. So let's go ahead and take one of these out. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the wiring harness here. Just going to dangle this down a little bit. Run it straight through. That's going to go like that. Alright, I'm just taking this little rubber grommet off of here. We're going to reuse that. So it looks like it's going to go down like this. So I'm going to pull this back in real quick. Alright, so I just slid this on. Alright, so the rubber grommet is in, so I just slid that in first. Sorry, I did that off screen. Then in the box are these little retaining clips, so we'll go ahead and run that through. Alright, just going to take the little securing piece here. It's kind of tight in here. We're going to push it down, kind of work it in. It just takes a little bit. I'm going to finish doing this off camera real quick, but yeah, you just push this little securing bracket all the way down. Alright, so now that is all the way down and secured. It holds this nice and snug. It's actually a lot more snug than the factory one. So we're going to flip it back over. And we will grab one of our hyper white daytime running lights. Alright, so you can see the LEDs right here, so you're going to want that facing down, but as you notice, the wire's the wrong way, so you're going to take this wire, bend it up, and we'll take this wire, and going to kind of run them down here together. And just push it flush. Alright, so now we've got this little connector here. It looks like a little JST connector almost. And you're just going to take it, match it up. Alright, it's all click together. Alright, so now we've got bullet connectors. Now you just take these bullet connectors and match it up with these. Alright, now we're just going to do a quick little tug test, make sure that that's all good. So before I put the rest of this together, I'm going to plug this into the bike and test it to make sure that this one works. Alright, so we've got the daytime running light is working. Yes, helps if I turn the correct one on. Alright, so it cancels the white and turns it on your turn. And then back to white. So all that works. So I'm going to go ahead and set this right here for a second. Alright, so now we're just going to kind of reverse order this. So I've got the little push pin with the peg reset. So we just put this back on. Kind of goes, I'll pull the wires up over this way. Figure I'd check my fluids while I'm in here. That's on there. Just line up the holes. So with this, you're not going to want to torque it down too much because it's just a plastic piece. Alright, so that's on there. And you just rerun your wires back up into the shroud through the routing holes. Alright, and so I just tucked that up there. I'm not going to worry about cable managing it. It still looks fine. Alright, take a little bit of finagling, get it in there. Double check your gaps and make sure that you got all the clips all the way around in place. Again, you're going to double check, make sure that you have your plastic washers. Just going to go and put them in finger tight for right now. So just remember, guys, that you are working with plastic when it comes to this, so you know, finesse, don't shove stuff and try to manhandle it in. Well, make sure that that's still working. It's good. Alright, now the other side I'm probably not going to get on camera just because of where the bike's at right now. Just know that for the most part it's exactly the same. It's just there's going to be 3 connectors there. You want the middle connector if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that off real quick and install the new one, and we're done, guys.